shortly after kick-off, a banner was sent over the stadium. It was basically having a little pop at Stan Kroenke and asking the board to back Arteta. Steve, does that make it for an awkward boardroom debrief for Arteta when he goes in there? How do they respond, Arsenal, to that?
Oh, look, he's only been in the job a short while. Plans would have been set in stone from the first day. Arteta's been given time. I think he's the perfect man to take Arsenal forward. You've seen that, his philosophy, the way he's got the players playing. Everybody's bought into that. At the present moment, they haven't got the quality. They haven't got the squad to deal with that. They can win, they can beat the best, but they can also lose to the worst. They need to address that inconsistency. The board will know that. Arteta definitely knows that. He knows what he wants, and he's really got to push. This is about management, and this is about, yes, tactics, coaching, relationships with the players, yes, but dealing with the board, dealing higher up, getting the right transfers, the right targets. Recruitment is key in any football club, and this summer is going to be huge for Arsenal in terms of what they want, and will he get what he wants?
This is a long way off his own squad, isn't it, Gabby? Because I wonder how much he needs to focus on problems that he's inherited, players he's inherited. I'm thinking of Mesut Ozil, Guendouzi. I'm thinking of Aubameyang's contract here. Does he need to get those pieces in place first before he looks at what he needs to bring in?
But you've got to look at as well, look how the season could be starting within 6 or 7 weeks of the new season starting, of this season finishing. So he's not really going to have a lot of time to even get the likes of Ozil out the door if he wants to get rid of Guendouzi, Aubameyang's contract. But I think with Arsenal, what they've got to do is they've got to buy right. I mean, we look at Liverpool, when Liverpool went and brought Andy Robertson, the signings that Liverpool made, there weren't massive signings, and I think that's what Arsenal need to do. They need to trust Arteta to go out there and get the right players, the right characters that Arsenal need. But for me, it's very worrying times for Arsenal, because look where they are in the league now. Arsenal fans want to be fighting for winning a title, and now they're not even fighting for top 6. So they have to give Arteta the money to get the right squad in place, or Arsenal could end up being a top 8, top 9 side, and the Arsenal fans will not have that.
Yeah. So what does he need to add, Steve?
Defenders. I think that's the main criteria. I think Aubameyang really has to re-sign. Also, it's important to get them characters out of the club that can't do what he wants to do, because he's very strong on that. But the key thing is he's got to be able to defend better than what they're doing at the present moment, conceding too many goals. And really, if he gets what he wants, they could be a top 6 team again. If they don't, they'll just be a cup team that, yeah, on their day can beat anybody.
Could they still keep those sort of players, though, Steve? Just give me an idea in your mind. We hear about managers saying, I need time, it's not my squad, I want to build it the way I want to. How many transfer windows does a manager need before he can actually sit there and go, OK, I've got what I wanted, I've got what I thought I needed, now it's just down to me? Yeah,
I mean, Liverpool are the perfect example of how they're giving the manager time. Manchester United to a certain degree, which we'll probably discuss later on, but you've got to have time, and you've got to be doing the job right. You've got to have a plan from the beginning, and the board have got to be on board. The manager has to be on board, knowing fighting, knowing that you're going to get the time. This window is going to be so important, and probably more important about the players that go out than in. But then on from that, January and definitely next summer, because I think Arteta is the right man. He's got to be given time, and if he's given time, he'll get the right players in. And getting the right players in for Arsenal can be very, very difficult, because the competition is from likes of Chelsea, Tottenham, Liverpool and Man City, who are in Europe.
They still have the opportunity of winning the FA Cup. Gabby, if they were to get that trophy, how much could that be a springboard perhaps going forward?
Yeah, it's massive for them to win that. I mean, the season would be like a really, really disappointing season if Arsenal do not win the FA Cup, because they win that, they can go into the transfer window, try and get a few players in, try and get rid of the bad eggs that Arteta wants to get rid of, and then they can look to try and close the gap. But it's going to be difficult to close that gap within a season. You know, the likes of Chelsea, look at the signings that Chelsea have already made. I mean, they're one step ahead of Arsenal already. You've got Man City, Liverpool, Manchester United are flying. They'll get a couple of signings. So for me, it's going to take time. And I think Arsenal fans have to be patient. And that's not something that Arsenal fans are. But for me, Arteta is definitely the right man. But he has to be given the money by the owners to bring in the right players.